was the Speaker of the County Assembly of Nairobi. I would love to see a Gen Z sitting in that seat in 2027.
Wish to transfer are encouraged to come to the constituency. They will find us, we will transfer them, but the kids in the different wards are open to register voters across.
Moving on is that DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua has escalated his corruption claims over the alleged insufficiency of the Social Health Authority (SHA). In his latest allegation, the former deputy president claims that Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale partly owns a company implicated in a suspected 104 billion shillings SHA fraud. However, CS Duale has once again dismissed the claims, terming them wild allegations aimed at extorting money from entities providing services in the health sector.
Consortium ambaye ililete biashara ya 104 billion. Kampuni inaitwa Convergence Network Solutions. Iko na 17.89%. Hiyo kampuni ni ya waziri Aden Duale, ndio mwizi mkuu katika Jamhuri ya Kenya.
I still wait for him tomorrow at 10 o'clock to go to the Business Registration Bureau, for the CR12, to go to Parliament and get my from the Hansard. Even he doesn't need to go to Parliament, to go to Hansard and get my wealth declaration. I have lived a life of integrity, so I can account for a coin. I don't own any company that does business with government. Don't talk about Aden Duale owns this company. Before you talk about, I've challenged you tomorrow to bring the CR12, but let me challenge him. Please, I dare you, come to a press conference. Stop running around. You can run, but you can't hide. Tell Rigiji and all the other extortionists and the blackmailers and the fraudsters that I will not lose the focus to deliver to the people of Kenya a strong, resilient, affordable, accessible.
Meanwhile, members of the Senate Committee on Devolution and Interrogational Relations have faulted the cooperation agreement between the Nairobi County Government and the national government, saying the national government illegally took over the functions of the county government. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, however, dismissed the allegations, saying the deal was above the board and was aimed at allowing Nairobi to receive more funding due to its special status at the capital city seat of power.
So the public participation process was not properly followed. It was being done post facto. It was being done after the signing of the agreement.
This cooperation has been done without the Senate approval, has also been done without clear transfer agreement safeguards, and also it lacks legal clarity.
This is a 2-year program. So what happens after 2 years? What's a long-term plan for this kind of intervention? Because we require this city has to be improved.
This is a transfer of functions. So if you're funding, if you're coordinating, and if you're implementing, then you have already taken all the functions.
So if you're meeting and planning on these functions, what is the county cabinet doing? Is it also meeting and planning?
This is not a takeover. The NMS was a transfer of functions. This one is not a transfer of functions. Nairobi being the capital city, it is the image of the entire nation, and that is why it's captured under the Urban Areas and Cities Act as the capital city, and it will call sometimes for special interventions.
Nyakie Masai were visited in court on Monday as his best friend and colleague from a casino at Nairobi's Yaya Center took the stand in the high-profile inquest that has dragged on for nearly 2 years. George Ndiaka recounted how an ordinary day quickly descended into chaos. He told the court that the police officers, both in uniform and plain clothes, opened fire indisparately, firing live rounds in all directions. Ndika testified that he had 3 gunshots, one of which struck Masai in the left thigh, a wound that proved fatal at the final moments of the late Rex Kanyike Masai were revisited in the court on Monday. As his best friend and colleague from a casino at Nairobi's Yaya Center took the stand on a high profile, George Ndiaka recounted how an ordinary day quickly descended into chaos. He told the court that the police officers, both in uniform and plainclothes, opened the fire and firing live rounds in all directions. A Masai in the left thigh, a wound that proved fatal.
Akakuja akaniambia, bros, twende tao pia si tu protest finance bill. Tulitembea tu kutoka home because tunatoka tu hapa high rise.
Wao mko mnatoka high rise. Mkatembea tu.
Tukatembea tu town kwa hii street. Mara kwanza tulikuwa ile street nyingine. Unaona kwa hii video sasa ile street nyingine huko. Huko ndo tulikuwa na protest. Egezi ilikuwa Parliament Road, from not wrong. Sasa huko ndo makarao sawa walikuja wengi na walikuwa wanatupa matia gas nini wakitu disperse. Sisi tukatani hivi ndo tukakuja tukaanza kutembea na hii street, unaona. Which hata kitu ilifanya tutani ni hizo gunshots zenye zilipigwa hii side, unaona. Juu kila mtu tu ilibidi amekimbia. Zilikuwa zinafanya at once. Pia gas utajua tu ikifanya, unaona. But at this moment nilisikia like someone amefire to like a gun like three times at once, unaona.
Ulisikia tu mlio za risasi.
Nionyesha kwa mguu because alikuwa amevaa tu skinny jeans, unaona. Sasa hata by that time yani alikuwa ameloa damu.
Former ODM party leader Raila Odinga's close confidant and members of his inner circles have opened up on how the former premier kept a militant faction of the party, led by the ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, as his exit plan should the broad-based government fail to work. The late Raila's senior legal advisor Paul Mwangi and his spokesman Dennis Onyango said Raila may not have run for the president in 2027.
We will not go into anything without an exit strategy. So even when he began working with President Ruto, he had an exit strategy.
What was the exit strategy?
The exit strategy was the people who were fighting it.
Sifuna side?
Yes, that was his exit strategy. He needed his exit strategy alive and strong before he goes for negotiation, because that's the only way he can. And I think he was going for 50% of the government then.
50%?
Yes, I think that's what it was. But he needed to be very strong.
Yes, Sifuna, Orengo were part of Raila's exit strategy. Babu was not part of it. You never had Babu anywhere in his thinking. He thought he was going to be at trouble.
The problem that we have today is that he passed away before he called people to order. Because when we went and finally did a handshake, the militant side never really joined us. Because the thinking of the two sides are totally different.
So you will go on, you will tell your post-President Ruto, this thing is not working, or this thing may not work, we can't work with him. But when he buys into that agenda, he will not come back and tell you that I have sat down with that guy I told you to go and deal with, and I think he is up to something, we are ready to work with him. He will not tell you. So it is up to you to read the signs.
I think the two sides must split. As I told you, one is a militant wing, the other one is a political wing. They operate under two very, very different assumptions. They were all operating under two very different job descriptions. They will never agree.
There will be a dominant wing led by Oburu, and there will be a fringe wing out there. He was leaving options open. He thought that if this guy pulls this through, there would be reason to support him, to run, stand with him. But in the event that he doesn't, he was leaving that option open that we could present a candidate, and that candidate would have been himself.
Over time, after the last election, he behaved in a way that suggested he will not run again. By this time, in every of his political whatever, he became quite rebellious and started pumping up. This is the time he started, we can say, pumping up the jam. He never did that throughout from 2020.
This is Cityscope TV, and I'm Clifford Ogonda. Thank you so much from me and the entire team here at Cityscope. We say thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more tomorrow morning and more updates that will come up tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for watching, and for now, have a good night.